What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode number 56 of the League Report podcast. After today, I'm not going to keep count. I'm not going to say the number of the episodes anymore. I don't know why I keep doing that every single episode. But y'all, don't forget to download new episodes twice a week on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Our next big goal on YouTube is 500 subs. Get us there at all costs. Tell your friends about it, share it on social media, do whatever you can, but help get us to 500. It'd be crazy if we can get to 500 subs in under a year. That'd be insane. And I think we can do it. So we need y'all help. So get that going for us. So a lot of stuff to talk about the NBA, but we did have a crazy day with college hoops yesterday. A lot of big time matchups. We had Baylor, Kansas. We had Kentucky, Arkansas, which y'all made fun of me about. We had a lot of really good games and a lot of upsets as well. I mean, I wanted to low key before we get into the games. I wanted to ask Blake about this, and Carl, you can chime on into too. I saw updated mock draft of the top 5 of the draft. So when you look at it right now, there's a new entry. So last time we really talked about the mock draft, the 5th man, because it kind of seems like everybody's like first 4 is either Chet, Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith, Jaden Ivey. Those are like your main 4 guys, and you can order them however you want it. The 5th dude went from being Johnny Davis like a couple of months ago, and now it's AJ Griffin from Duke. So, Blake, are you big on AJ Griffin's game, and do you look at him as a top 5 prospect? Because I saw it. Yeah.
I'll tell you who I like more. I like Keegan Murray from Iowa. Mm-hmm. I like him a lot more than AJ Griffin. I know AJ Griffin's kind of like that prototype wing. He's like 6'5", big dude, can shoot, athletic. But I like Keegan Murray a lot more. He's a 6'8", big boy forward, and He's been man. He's been. I think he dropped. I think he had 28 against either Wisconsin or somebody. Mm-hmm. Somebody at I think either last week. I like his game a lot more. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of Griffin kind of because he's a little bit shadow behind.
Yeah.
So it's not really. You can't really see him that much. Mm-hmm. I think it's kind of a. Maybe kind of for me, obviously it's kind of a 3-way between him, Davis, and Keegan Murray. Mm-hmm. But I like his game. His game. I think translating to the next level, I think he could have an immediate impact, as well as dude from Arizona too. He's been balling.
Oh yeah, he's a hooper.
They lost too. I forgot.
Yeah, they lost too. Thing about Griffin is this, and I kind of think it sums up what we know about the draft is teams are going to draft for roles. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of there aren't a crazy amount of teams right now who are looking for that next franchise dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't teams are going to start drafting guys to fit those particular roles. We go back and look at Chicago Bulls when they go pick up Patrick Williams. I think at that 5th spot, we're going to go draft and get a guy who could potentially be like a 3-and-D type of player. So that's when I looked at Griffin there. I'm like, oh, wow, that's weird. But then I kind of remember once you kind of get to that bottom of that top 5, teams are going to start looking for those dudes, those complementary pieces to kind of add along to some of those other guys they've already got, like a Sadiq Bey, when he was in Detroit. I know Sadiq Bey came before Cade Cunningham, but still, teams are going to draft for roles and all of that. And so if you're looking for like that physical 3-and-D type of player, now he's not an amazing defender right now, but I think he can definitely get there. But
he's got the body for it.
He definitely does. He definitely does. And he's got a sneaky handle too. Like I remember watching him in high school. I'm like, his game was kind of weird to look at because he's kind of shaped weird if I'm not tripping. Like he's kind of built a little weird, but then like he's got a decent handle. He's got decent shot creation abilities. I like him. I was surprised to see him in that 5 over Davis. But it's crazy also that Duke's getting out like 2 potential top 5.
Top 5,
yeah.
All right, that boy.
I'll tell you what. Who I'm still taking Jabari first though. That's
So who you got? So you're taking
Jabari I'm still taking him first.
Carl, who you taking first? Chet?
I think I might. No, hell no. He probably 5th or 6th or something.
Damn, what?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I ain't sold on. He's just too slow to me. But he's skilled. But he reminds me of, I don't know. He kind of reminds me of a Kevin Love. That's not. He's skinnier than Kevin Love though, so he doesn't
way taller than Kevin Love too.
Yeah. How tall is he? Kevin Love like 6.
I think he's 7.
He's 7 plus. He's 7 foot plus.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, you go ahead.
And I think I see what you're saying, because I think his role when he gets to the NBA is I don't see him doing a lot of the same stuff if he doesn't get bigger. You know what I'm saying? I don't see him ripping and running full court off a rebound, and making plays up down the court if he doesn't get any weight on.
I'm not saying
he kind of got like an Evan Mobley body, because Evan Mobley, he's not like real big.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he ain't that skinny. Evan Mobley bigger than him.
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley 200 plus. I think Chet is like under 200.
Mobley will post you up too. Chet ain't posting nobody up.
You can't be 7 feet and under 200. That is concerning.
Yeah,
that's bad.
He has a lot of weight to put on because he's definitely gonna even if you want to just have him hide out in the 3-point line all game. Are we asking him to become Kristaps Porzingis? And I know it's early. You know what I'm saying, but. I think he's one of those dudes also that they're going to draft, even if he goes number one, because I think they're going to pick him number one overall. I think that's just what's going to happen because I think they will. Because I think, like I said, teams are going to. You say you hope not. But like we talked about this, teams draft based off of upside. You know what I'm saying? So if he does put weight on and all of that, and if he does get better as a switch defender, I want to see what he does on the NBA level as far as guarding shorter guys. If he does put that on, then we'll see what he turns into. You know, but he's like the prototype guy in his class when we talk about teams drafting guys based off of their upside and all of that. So he's not my favorite. My favorite, the best player in his class to me is Paolo Banchero, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I was just about to say that's who I would take number one. And you know that pains me to say because North Carolina, so I hate Duke.
Yeah.
But I watched him play. Dude is legit.
He's legit.
How tall is he? Isn't he like
6'9", I think.
Gotta be 6'8", 6'9". He's got size. He's big too.
6'9". That's what I'm saying. And he can go 1-on-1. He got some ISO game in him. So
yeah.
When you 6'9", dude, it seems like that's what they looking for nowadays. Now 6'9" to 6'10" dude that can handle a little bit and shoot.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of between Paulo or Jabari and Paulo.
Yeah.
But I think it'll probably really come down to who's got that first pick, to be honest with you.
I agree. That's what it always does come down to. Like people always do rank their top 5 and then get mad when they see an order that's different. I'm like, well, sometimes you got to remember teams are going to draft for what they need. You know what I mean? The top 5, just because you're top 5 in the class does not mean you're a top 5 player in the class at all. Like we know that for a fact, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Blake might be right because I'm thinking Jabari, that one game I saw with Auburn. I forgot who did they
probably Alabama.
It might have been Alabama. I'm like, this dude like 6'10".
He can hoop.
Yeah.
Him and Pablo actually got similar games to me.
Yeah. So. Scoring, great mid-range game. I think that's like the thing with both of them is their mid-range game is off the chain. With Paulo, I kind of like to see it. I think Smith with him, he's got better. I think he's got more polished. He's a better 3-point shooter, and I'd like to see Paulo kind of get better at that. But they're both amazing mid-range players. And it's kind of cool to see 2 mid-range specialists offensively, kind of, be looked at so highly in this class. So it's a dope class. I mean, where would you guys stack this class up against other ones that you've seen, like maybe over the last 5 years? Because I don't want to say it's a bad one, but there's nobody.
It's not a bad one. But I don't think it can. Yeah, I don't think it can compare to some of the other ones. I think. Yeah,
because it's definitely not a bad one. Because those first 3, I mean, people, whether we like it or not, people look at Chet as a potential transcendent player, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean?
That's where I disagree. I think he'd be a good player, but I just don't see once in a lifetime type player in him.
My thing is, if he gets what we need him to get to, if he gets the weight up and if he gets a little quicker with his feet, which we've seen guys be able to do, then I'm thinking a lot from a 7-footer plus, because you even just look at okay, we could talk about what he's missing right now. But like I said, look at what he's doing. There are a few 7-footers ever who can go get a rebound, take it up full court, and then go out there and get a bucket. You know what I mean? That's rare. So when I see and who can stroke it, like that dude has a straight killer jumper. It's not like he's just occasionally knocking down long shots. It's a consistent thing with him, you know?
You never know. I would say you might not need to gain weight and he just ends up miraculously doing the same thing. But Kevin Durant is the only person to ever do that. So, and Kevin Durant wasn't that skinny. So.
Yeah, KD was definitely.
KD is still like 230 somehow, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, he is. I don't even know how.
He's got to get the weight up, but we've seen guys have insane transformations. Like Giannis was not the biggest guy when he first came in the NBA. Like, let's name some other dudes who were skinny as hell when they first got in, and then just put their weight on. I'm trying to think. I say Giannis is probably the most.
I think Giannis is probably the biggest.
I don't know though. I don't know. That don't mean he can do it. You got to see.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he will.
Because I probably, if I had to think about it, I probably would think he probably tried to gain weight by now.
No, hell no. He's young. He's hella young. But then again,
he probably been hurt that all his life. You need to gain weight.
Nah, because then again, how many skinny kids in college heard that and then got it right in the NBA? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put the weight thing on him now and say it'd be different if he was like a couple years in the NBA and he just didn't get bigger.
Oh, hey, vice versa. How many big dudes can't stop from gaining weight?
Right. True.
That's happened a lot.
He's got to be only 19. He's got to be like 18, right? He's young as hell. Like
I think he's like 19.
Yeah, he's a freshman. So like, I give him a little leeway when it comes to that part. But that's it. I mean, I think outside of that, if he gets the weight right, and I'm not going to ask him to get some low post game. If he sharpens up his mid-range game, the dude's going to be dangerous. I just don't want him to fall into Kristaps Porzingis territory. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what he's going to be.
Yeah. I can see that.
Man, Carl is
no, it's
which
it,
isn't.
No, that's what it looks. That's who he looks
I
like.
know.
Which isn't horrible. Okay, because
I think he's a little bit more talented. I think
because Porzingis never had a handle like this.
No.
Yeah. And Kristaps Porzingis, that's a good floor to have.
I'll steal the ball from him. I don't care which.
Yeah, okay. It'd be tough to.
I'm just playing.
But Kristaps isn't a bad like dude to compare you to. Like only thing holding Kristaps Porzingis back, in all honesty, is injuries, right? And I think he was just on a team that didn't really know how to use him when he was in Dallas. But when he was in New York, he was an all-star player, and he did have franchise potential at one point. So yeah, I'm not like. Yeah, even if he becomes a Porzingis, all he'd have to do is stay healthy. You know what I mean? But that's not a bad floor to have at all. Like if your floor is Kristaps Porzingis, that's pretty damn good.
No, it just might be that he played for Gonzaga. That might throw
you don't like Gonzaga at all.
If you think if he played for like an Iowa State, you think I still say the same stuff?
Iowa State.
Yeah, because I think a lot of your issue with Gonzaga is the competition. I think that's what your biggest issue is. Whenever we talk about him, you're always like, I don't play anybody and all that. But then
once they do play somebody,
they
did.
And once they do play somebody, they win sometimes, but a lot of times they lose too.
They lose.
Like a 50-50 thing.
But my contrast to that is when they get to name me a time Gonzaga didn't get deep into the tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did, but
I mean,
they've always got deep.
You can get deep, but you're still losing.
No, but doesn't that take away from the argument of you guys saying that they don't see?
But I'll say this: I don't know because I don't know the history of who they face. Who have they faced in the tournament? Like, has it been like the Tennessee?
The only ones I think I remember is
UCLA
last year.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good win.
UCLA. Didn't they play? Who did they play? South Carolina or somebody?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Somebody forgot.
After the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament, you're playing elite teams. When you hit Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, National Championship, you're playing the elite of the elite. If you made it past the first two rounds of the NCAA tournament, that's a hell of a pool.
I say first three.
Yeah. Sweet 16. That's when they start giving the specialty names. That's like that's very special that you got
Sweet 16, Sweet 16. I can't even say it. Sweet 16. You
take time, Carl.
Yeah,
you'll get most of the teams are going to be good teams. You might get that occasional like Iona State or Iona.
You'll get one that sneaks in like.
So they might face a team like that, but relatively speaking, most of the time you're going to face elite teams at 16.
In the tournament, there's not a team there may have been a couple, but there aren't any jokes in the NCAA tournament. They selected you. You know what I mean? They think you can actually possibly make some noise happen, and it's just more difficult. You have to go win one game,
like Mizzou.
Right. But like I said, I'll say that Mizzou team last year was a good team because they got selected to go to the NCAA tournament,
Oh, I don't think so.
Well, NCAA tournament is a tough feat, but like I said, we can say what we want about Gonzaga not having a great competition in the regular season, but even before, remember the games before conference play, they were scheduling tough teams, and at first they were beating them. I know they lost to Duke, but they were scheduling some tougher teams early, and they beat them. And you can't act like
Alabama.
You're probably right, but I don't remember.
Alabama.
I think so, but it wasn't like they were getting blown out of. They don't look out of place playing elite level teams at all ever.
No, they don't. I just hate that they overrate them beating up on shitty teams.
Yeah, you beating up on
that's my only problem.
Like,
I'm not saying they can't beat them. I'm just saying I would like to see them in the actual conference, like the SEC, the ACC team, some type of league level, Big Ten, something. I don't know.
You say you want them in
Big Ten is because they don't have football, so they're gonna be in that conference for a long time.
Yeah, and but I can't even act like too. They're amazing. The reason they're competitive too is because they've always had amazing players. Last year you had Jalen Suggs, who's a lottery pick. You just go look at their history. A bunch of great players over the course of time. Even when we don't like Drew Timme is one of the best players in college basketball. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's Carl that don't like.
Good Lord, yeah, okay, yeah.
Why not?
No, yeah,
that's Carl.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
He ain't doing shit. He ain't doing shit in the NBA, but he's a hell of a college player. You know what I'm saying?
He is. We just, I don't know. Gonzaga, they can get deep as want to. They ain't gonna never win ever. So that's cool.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning this year. But I'll give Mark Few his credit. Mark Few is one of the best coaches in college basketball. Do we all agree on that?
Mark Few be getting away with stuff.
Them DUIs.
Oh my God.
Them DUIs.
Mark Few.
Okay, so who's your guys' pick to win it all this season?
All Alabama, Auburn.
Alabama can win it, bro.
Yeah, y'all rate Alabama a little too much.
That's just because I like Alabama.
They showing favoritism towards Alabama because they keep letting them be ranked, but they keep losing some key games.
Yeah, they've been.
Low key, Arkansas may be able to. I think Arkansas is actually
Arkansas gonna make the Sweet 16 and lose. That's what I think.
I don't know about Kentucky.
Let me talk about my team real quick. Okay.
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay. I'm a really big fan of this Kentucky team. A lot of transfers, a lot of guys. It's not the traditional Kentucky team to where we kind of built it from I can't say built, where it's a bunch of freshmen. Where I'm used to seeing these great Kentucky freshmen all the time. And you look at our core from Wheeler to a bunch of these other guys, they're like dudes from other schools or they're juniors or whatever. I like this Kentucky team a lot. I think there's experience. We're not perfect, but I do think this is going to be one of our better years in the last couple. I think I can see a Final Four happening.
Let me ask you this. Let me think of this. What's the bright spot of that team? Like, what's something you all do real well? Like, what's the
Oscar Tshiebwe rebounding?
I heard he be getting like 20 rebounds.
He's literally. I'm not even joking when I say this. He may be the best rebounder I seen play college basketball.
Hey, Blake, he NBA ready.
He's not. He's definitely not. He'll have a tough time if he plays. He's not doing that shit in the NBA because he
reminds me of what's dude's name? Oh, we used to make fun of him. Oh man, he played for the Suns now. He's like the backup center.
Oh, Bismack Jumbo.
Bismack,
yeah. He may be a little lankier than Bismack, but he's not. Like Tshiebwe is not one of those NBA guys because, like I said, he was getting cooked. He was getting cooked by dude. Yes, I forget who he was checking out from Arkansas. He was getting cooked, but I think we do a great job of rebounding and we've got some good scoring. I think we need Wheeler to play a little bit better offensively because he's just kind of just there. Like he's a good game manager, but he can't shoot, and it's never great to have a point guard who can't shoot or anything. I like us. I think we're an Elite Eight or Final Four team at worst. But my pick to win it all this year would be Auburn.
I don't know about Final Four now.
Auburn? You said Auburn?
Auburn's my pick.
I don't know about Final Four.
I know it's early, but I say Auburn's my pick to win it all.
I just thought Arizona. It would have been Arizona because I've seen them play like 3 or 4 times, but they just lost to Colorado, so they kind of dropped them down to my. So I might pick Purdue.
That's Purdue's cold. Purdue's cold.
They started off the season real hot. They kind of been, lagging a little bit now. Yeah. But when you was undefeated at like 10 games in, you got a chance to, slack a little bit.
Yeah.
I tell you, I got Auburn.
Or Texas Tech, I think.
Texas, Auburn is scary. Auburn is scary this year, bro. Auburn is scary.
They play. It's almost crazy how much they look like last year's Baylor team.
Yeah, that's true. And then we've seen Bruce Pearl have great teams, but I don't think we've seen Bruce Pearl have.
I don't think he's had this much talent.
I'm gonna be honest. They should have won that one NCAA tournament when they went against
Virginia
in the Final Four. They went against Virginia in the Final Four. I think not the championship game. And they got cheated.
That was entertaining. That was an entertaining Final Four game, but that championship game was some bullshit.
Who did they face in the championship? I forgot.
Texas Tech, I think.
Yeah. Okay, they got Texas Tech in the championship. Virginia beat who they beat in the Final Four.
They beat Auburn.
Yeah,
because they got that bogus ref call. Like
that was terrible.
Texas Tech, you bring me back to Jared Culver. I thought he was gonna be something.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't. I was not sold on Jared Culver.
I thought he was gonna be Paul George, bro.
They did too. Everybody thought that too.
And then guess what? He went to the Timberwolves. Remember in the summer he said he going to the Timberwolves. I said he about to have a resurgence or something. He ain't did nothing.
He ain't doing shit. Yeah, he's kind of always been somewhere where he's been crowded. I feel like because I think now he's in Memphis, so he's always been he's always been somewhere where he's kind of been crowded and like drowned out in the lineup. And then
sometimes it really helps if you get drafted to a team that's like that doesn't have anybody. Sometimes that can help. Because if you have people on the team already, it's going to stunt your growth as a player, and then that ruins you. So
he was never like a starting five. Like it just seemed like since he got there, it was like never. Yeah. So
go ahead, send him to LA and see how you do.
Oh Lord, I bet. Oh, I'm going to talk about them right now.
No, they don't deserve. They don't even deserve to get
them niggas on some bullshit. Oh, God damn. Blake, MVP ladder right now. Go. Top five.
What? Top five.
Yep.
First I got.
Nothing. Go ahead.
First I got Embiid. 2 Jokic. 3 Giannis. 4 DeMar, and then 5 Ja.
Carl, I know who you got number 1. I just want to argue about this with y'all for a little bit. Who you got as top 5 MVP ladder right now?
DeMar is 1, Joel is 2, Ja is 3, Giannis is 4, Joker's 5.
I got the same list as Carl, only I have Jokic and Giannis switched over. I really do think DeRozan's got the best argument here. And I love what Embiid's doing. And I do think, I feel he's playing right now, but I do think they're going to be absolutely, we already knew this, but they're going to be absolutely scary once they get to the playoffs against any team. I don't care who it is. But with DeRozan, it's just special this year. You know, Chicago, there are just so many narratives that work in his favor. Chicago is like this city that's heralded as having a great basketball history, great players, great team, all of that. They've been struggling for a very long time.
The greatest.
Yeah, right.
Arguably the greatest player.
Right. Yeah, right. He had to slip it in there. But yeah, that entire history, then they kind of have a rough patch, you know, post like the Jimmy Butler and, you know, post Derrick Rose and all of that. And now they make the right moves. They draft well, they trade well, and they bring in a dude in DeMar DeRozan who the entire league was sleeping on. We remember the article coming out. We talked about this where they said he was the worst pickup in the offseason. You know, probably even thinking about the heartbreak he went through when he thought he was going to end up going to play back at home in LA, and they end up switcherooing on him and trading to get Westbrook. But now he's here. Chicago is an elite team. We can think about what I think I'm the only guy that kind of disagrees with how y'all think about with Chicago, because I don't think they're a championship team this year, but he revives the city. He's the clutchest player in the NBA right now, without a doubt. Like the numbers are really off the chain. Last time I checked, I forget what the numbers were, but they got even better last night or the other night. Oh, yeah. He goes and makes a game winner against
I know the numbers of he's like in like Wilt Chamberlain territory in terms of like 35 plus points per game in like 8 straight games while shooting like 55% or something like that. Yeah. I know that's a stat, so that's pretty crazy.
And yeah, those late fourth quarter numbers are some of the best I think I've seen. This is a dude who, and even think about this too. Everybody says the mid-range game is dying. Everybody likes to say that about the NBA. This part of the game is going away and all of that. No, that's not true. You know, you got guys like him, you know, who are dominating and being able to get to their spots whenever they want. You know, we even talk about Giannis, and even going back to the draft conversation. You know, we've got the Jabari Smiths and the Paulo Bancheros. Those are guys who are great mid-range players. So he's really beat down a lot of dead narratives, I think, you know, and then so I think, you know, given, and with the MVP award, there's always got to be this story. You know what I mean? Jokic may be the one that I didn't really think had an entertaining story to go along with it. Giannis has had a pretty good story to it. Curry's had a great story to go along with it. Westbrook's probably the best MVP story I've seen in the last 10 years because, you know, Kevin Durant leaves and he ends up having the revenge tour and all of that. But DeRozan got every narrative in his favor right now. And as I said, Chicago's playing at a high level. He's playing at a high level. I think I'm not going to say he's running away with it because Joel is making it tough and Ja is making it very, very tough. Matter of fact, they went head to head last night, and Ja gave him 46. You know, but you know, yeah, I think DeRozan's, you know, moving with it, and I think it's great what he's been able to do. And it's like I said, it's amazing to see a guy kind of do it in like the second half of his career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, he's like averaging like 30 over the last 2 weeks or so, and he's not even shooting threes. They're all like mid range. They're all twos. Yeah. So just add that up and just think how many of those he's making.
That's what I'm saying. And then
obviously. So
yeah. It's funny how, like I said, when we talk about the mid-range thing, it's funny how people say so many parts of the game are dead, right? They say defense is dead and all that, but teams value 3-and-D guys. They say mid-range is dead. You know, as I said earlier, teams value guys who can dominate the mid-range. They say the true point guard position is dead and all the point guards want to score, that's what old people say all the time. But then you go look at certain teams need that true point guard type to kind of put them over the top. You know what I mean? So there's just a lot of
you know how that goes.
They do, but I'm gonna be honest, it's halfway right because it's hard to find true point guards anymore.
That's true. Yeah. Even going down to big men. Remember, people were saying the big man position is dead. Well, in the top 5, Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic are sitting in the MVP conversation, you know?
They say that because they don't like them shooting all them jumpers. That's what because they couldn't do it back in their day.
Right. Old ass.
Back in their heyday.
Yeah, it's one of the more entertaining MVP seasons. I feel like last year was kind of just between 2 guys. This year, I think in that top 3, really even that top 4, like Jokic, Ja, DeMar, and Joel all equally have a great argument. You know what I mean? They really do. Like, you can argue for Ja all day. You can argue for Giannis. I mean, you can even argue for Giannis if you want to. I don't think maybe Giannis is the odd man out there, but you can argue for Jokic. You can argue for Joel. You can argue for all of those guys. So it's a great MVP race. No one's the clear-cut guy. But I say DeRozan right now is my favorite just because of what he's been able to do. So it's going to be fun to see, coming down the stretch. And also it's going to be fun to see which one of these guys can really get it done in the playoffs. I think that's one question about DeRozan right now is, can he actually make something happen? When they're trying to get deep and make a run, to try to actually make something out of the season outside of just like a first round or second round exit.
Yeah, I hope he will. I really do. Because based off what he's been through, with Toronto, he had some good moments, but he had some bad ones too. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Is Zach LaVine back yet?
Yeah, he's back. He's been pretty good the last couple. Yeah.
Okay, because I thought he went to go see a knee special, so he must have. Yeah. I guess he must have went to see him. I guess.
I think he may have been back his last 3 or 4. I got to go back and check, but he's definitely there. Yeah. Still missing Lonzo.
Yeah. Because you get Lonzo back and you get Zach LaVine playing at his 25 points per game level, and then DeRozan averaging 28.
Yeah.
They can. The only thing is they don't have like the bodies really to throw at Joel and
Giannis.
That's the only concern. Now, if they had another big body or something, they probably could.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, one person I completely forgot they had usage too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
Yeah. I am interested to see what they do. I think that's a couple of things, as you mentioned, Carl, that are holding them back. I do think the defense thing kind of is. I know they're a great regular season defensive team, but as I said before, when it's to the playoffs, it's about matchups. How are they going to match up against a Giannis? How are they going to match up against an Embiid? Vucevic is like your only body, but he's not doing much against a Giannis or what. I'm trying to think what other guys. There's Tristan Thompson there, but are we going to ask Tristan Thompson to go out there?
No.
That's a nightmare.
You putting him on Giannis, he
can cook. Even if you put him on Embiid, he's getting cooked. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying in terms of just big body, like say if they had an Andre Drummond, somebody that's just, kind of tired of other players, big man out or something. You don't even need a star player. He just needs to be big.
Yeah, somebody try to slow him down. But like I said, even Giannis right now, you can't even, it's dudes you used to be able to put on him that can't handle him now, because he's mastering so much on the offensive end when it comes to getting to his spots and all of that. And guys aren't used to it.
Yep, offensive fouling.
Yeah.
No, he actually not, but sometimes he do be running over people, but more times than not, he actually, Blake used to say that. Blake used to say all he do.
I know. I say he was Heisman stiff arming people.
Yeah. He may be the toughest dude to officiate. Maybe. Do you guys think so? Giannis is
him and LeBron.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, LeBron's got to be held to officiate.
Yeah. You know how LeBron be doing. He going to.
Yeah.
I don't think LeBron is anymore because he doesn't drive like he used to. He shoots a lot of jumpers now.
But he be in his ear all the time, every time.
He do be like, hey.
Yeah,
Mr. Complainer.
Yeah.
He does complain. Yeah. I don't know with Giannis though. I feel like a lot of times he'd get in the lane and just push the dude out of bounds.
Yeah. But like I said, some of that is some motherfuckers just be too smart to guard them and they just get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying?
But when you put your hand on their shoulder and just push them,
hey,
like what the hell?
It's a trick of the game. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I like Chicago, but I just think also you just look at the rest of the East and you talk about how dominant. And there's even an experience factor, right? Your starting point guard has never been to the playoffs. Zach LaVine, I love him, but he's never been to the playoffs. So there are just certain things that are tough to judge. Like I even remember arguing with somebody about. I said Cleveland isn't a championship contender right now, and some dude got mad. I'm like, look, I'm talking about. The Cavs are going to end up having a matchup against a Philly or a Milwaukee or a Miami or a Brooklyn. Are we going to trust a core of young guys against those dudes? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, like when you say that, it makes sense. Like when people saying Memphis, I like Memphis, but I don't think Memphis is a finals contender. Because if you go against a team like Golden State or the Suns, to me, I think they're going to lose in 6 games.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
Maybe less, yeah. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But like I said, I like Chicago, and I think DeRozan has MVP, but I do think I'm not 100% on the train with them being. I mean, you can say they're a contender because all of it right now is a prediction, but I don't think they're making a run to the finals outside of over any other team.
You saying that because you got to wait and see.
I got to wait and see with them. I got to wait and see.
We got about 18, 19 games left.
About 20-something with a couple teams.
Oh, we screwed. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, y'all are very.
Y'all in some deep trouble, Carl.
Damn, y'all are screwed, boy. Shit.
Hey, we 7 games out of 5.
Look, where y'all sitting at right now?
We still nice. We
They're
still
nice, but I think who is that? Portland is like 2 games back. You know.
I think we still gonna make the play in, but it's just in terms of we gonna lose the first game we play.
Yes.
So we all have been in the play-in and back-to-back seasons?
Yes.
That's ridiculous. God damn.
That's hilarious.
Last year we were 7th, but I'm gonna be honest. Last year we were 7th, and you.
Okay, true.
You've heard me say this before. There's no way you should play in a play-in and you're 7th.
That's true. Sense. That's actually true. That's very true. That's true. Damn, but still, man.
That's hilarious.
But still, bro, like we can't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not confident we can beat even with Anthony Davis. We can beat the Timberwolves if we face them. Hell no.
In one game.
Hey, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Y'all can get them, but
look, wait, hold on. Look at this. The Pelicans, after all the shit they've been through this season, they only 1 game back of the 10th seed.
They're gonna be a tough playing team too.
Because honestly, I don't think Zion's coming back though. I'm about to say
Did y'all see that? Mardi Gras float they did with Zion?
What happened was
I think they nicknamed it like 1 ton or something like that and had his name on.
They ready for him to be out. I think they sold like they did like a season ticket package for next year, and they
didn't put his face on it.
Yeah, they didn't put his face on there.
Bro, we can't even.
I'm not mad at him for being mad at. I'm not mad at New Orleans for not fucking with Zion right now.
We can't even beat the Clippers without Kawhi or Paul George.
Y'all lost the season series against the Clippers. I don't think y'all beat them this year, which is
didn't the Clippers say they didn't even make like a game plan for the Lakers or something?
Ooh, they said that. That's cold.
No, they definitely made one. They lie.
They can say
they can lie all they want to. But yeah, seeing them lose to the Clippers, they lost the exact same way they did 2 weeks ago. That was the exact same game.
Yeah.
The way they lost.
Yeah. Same thing every time. I made a tweet about that too. I said Lakers game equals get off to a slow ass start, make a nice little second half run, and then not do shit in the fourth quarter.
Got that from. Yeah. I told you that's how they operate.
That's what they do. It's been that way the whole year. You're not
either they start the game off leading by 10 or 15, and then they end up the other team comes back and they can't, match that comeback and they end up losing, or they're down 20 in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then they come back. They down 20. You say I'm gonna turn this shit off. You just happen to turn the game back on. It's a tie game. They still end up losing. Something
keeps telling me this is my cutoff point now because I keep doing a thing where I'm like, oh, they'll get it right at some point.
You have to stop. Yeah, you have to stop. No, you have to stop. It's not. Stop.
He said stop thinking that.
I'm telling you,
thinking that.
Yeah, you've been hoping that Russ stuff to turn on. It's not. I don't think it's going to happen.
I give him 1 more week.
You gonna give him 1 more week?
One more week will be over. That's one more week for disappointment.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like.
Ty gonna give him 20 more games, and then you go look up. They ain't gonna make the playoffs. He gonna say, "Well, I don't know what you want me to say."
So if they don't make the playoffs, what y'all thoughts on that?
My question is, and I asked Carl this yesterday when we was hooping. My question was, what are Lakers fans gonna think about LeBron?
What I say?
You said, I forgot what you said, but I was
he averaged 29. Like, what the hell you want him? He's 37. Yeah. You're asking him to average 29. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. So you don't think any of this falls? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it is, but you don't think any of this is gonna fall on LeBron at all?
No, I mean, yeah, because I just look at if he was averaging like 23 points or 24 points, we have high standards for him. Then I kind of look at him.
That's true.
They gonna look at him differently for that stuff he was saying over All-Star break.
That's true. There's that. That's what I'm saying. There's that plus the point that he advocated for Russ getting there and just didn't make it work.
He messing. I'm be honest. I don't think he messed with half of them Lakers fans.
Nah. No, he don't. I think after that bubble championship, he realized like, damn, these Lakers fans are really fucking with me.
He don't because they don't fuck with him.
Yeah.
They try to make the Kobe comparison thing. Everything he does, that's what they link it to. Everything.
Yeah. Everything is gonna be compared to what Kobe does. That's a fact. That is a fact. So we talked about the East a little bit. And contenders in the Eastern Conference. Would I be crazy to think that I think the Celtics are contenders right now? Would I be crazy to think that?
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I mean, no, they've been playing good, but I just think it's only a matter of time before somebody hit them with with some reality. And they
think so.
I think at best, I think they can make the Eastern Conference Finals though.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that happening, but
yeah,
I don't think they can make the finals.
You getting a little too, a little bit too ambitious.
No, I mean that's still the same core that's like gotten like a little deep before.
That's what I'm saying. That's what people don't really realize. I think we look at this team as a young core, and they are both. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are either 25 or under right now, but like that, and that's young, right? That's what we call young players. But at the end of the day, guess what? Brown's been to 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Tatum's been to 1. You know what I'm saying? Or Tatum's been to 1. But Tatum's been to he's been to 1 Eastern Conference Final series, and Brown went to 2. Brown went to the first one with the Isaiah Thomas season where Thomas gets hurt and they still get to the conference finals. Tatum gets to the one after Kyrie gets hurt with Jaylen Brown. So this isn't a team of guys who are just inexperienced. You know what I'm saying? You even look at Horford, or you look at some other guys in that roster. These are guys who have been in the league for a minute. Marcus Smart, he just knows what the hell the playoffs are like. So this isn't. We look at them as a young team because we're used to them. Maybe we're used to them having these older, like 30-year-old all-star veteran type of players or whatever, late 20-year-old all-star veteran type of guys. When we talk about those, like, Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce years. But no, these guys are young, but they have playoff experience. They're playoff season. They know what those moments are like. They've had to play LeBron James, who in his playoff, in some of his best playoff seasons, like 2018, I still say that's the best playoff version of any player we've ever seen in NBA history. Mm-hmm. So, and they met him up and went and took him 7 games.
Blake don't like it.
I can't think of no one better than 2018 Brown in the playoffs. I just can't.
I can think.
Jordan
may have had, Jordan's numbers, but you just look at everything.
In 93 and I'd take 93 over anybody.
You be saying it like he was there to see it and shit. That's what
I'm saying, and he wasn't. That's the confusing part.
I remember back in 23 and 93, Mike did this.
Blake will make you think he like Benjamin Button or something. He growing the opposite way, and he didn't been there to see it.
I remember watching. We sat and watched Mike back then. We knew what it was like. Nah, I'm playing.
That's what I got YouTube for.
Man, YouTube ain't the same as watching it in person.
True, but yeah, but even so, with all of that, like the Celtics team is not this inexperienced group of guys. I think all of our issues with them, we just knew were internal. It kind of looks like they got the chemistry issues taken care of. I remember somebody trying to dissect something though last night. I don't know if you guys saw a play, but it was when Brooklyn played Boston. And then there was a play where Tatum and Grant Williams were on a fast break, and Grant Williams like called for a lob, and Tatum didn't throw it. He just dunked it himself. And in the post game, they asked Tatum why did he throw the lob to Grant Williams, and Tatum was joking. He was like, I don't trust Grant Williams on an alley-oop. It was clearly a joke, and those guys are really like close on the team. But then people in the comments was like, there go them chemistry issues again. These niggas just can't get it right.
Tell them to shut up.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I feel like they got the chemistry stuff taken care of, man.
I tell them to go out there and you throw alley-oop then.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Let me know if you trust Grant Williams on an alley-oop in a fast break. Now I don't think so, but even so, it was a joke.
Yeah, I say this though, throwing alley-oops are hard.
They are hard as hell. They are hard. It's not as easy. You got to get, like you say, you got to get a dude who can like jump out the gym to throw whatever you want.
Yeah, you can throw that. You can throw that mug in the third row. They'll catch it.
Like LeBron, you can throw it anywhere near anywhere around the vicinity of the rim. He gonna catch that mug. But yeah, I like Boston. I think we were looking for them to establish an identity for themselves this season, and they established an identity. They're a great defensive team. Right now, they're the second best defensive team in the NBA. I think looking at their rating, I think right behind the Suns or whatever. I got to go back and look at who's number 1. So they've established that identity, and they got better. They were one of the top defensive teams over a course of time before getting Derek White. So getting him, I think, makes him a little bit better, and he's a better matchup defender when it comes to guarding guards. Maybe when it comes to coming down to a playoff series. So that's why they went out and got him. He's giving them some additional scoring off the bench and additional punch. He's going to be in a lot of their closing lineups. Solid playmaker, not a great playmaker, but he can bring some of that to the table. So I like the Celtics team. I do think they're not in the top 3 of my contenders, but I am going to list them as a contender. Yes, over a Cleveland and maybe slightly under a Chicago right now.
Man, I'm looking at the Heat. That Heat, they're so tough to judge because I don't know if they're going to be able to handle teams like the 76ers and the Bucks and the Bulls. Well, they can handle the Bulls, But I don't know if they're going to be able to handle the Bucks and the 76ers, but they can beat them. Like,
if you're being honest, I don't think they can handle the Bucks, to be honest with you.
You don't think so?
No. I think my issue with the Heat is I know that they're obviously a great two-way team, but my issue is, are you going to bring that offense into the playoffs? That's my only thing.
They're so small, though.
Yeah. Which isn't much of an issue because at least they can match up. Like if you go match up against Milwaukee, your small ball stuff isn't going to be an issue, especially if Bobby Portis is your starting center because he just plays the perimeter the whole time. Yeah. But I think my issue with the Heat is all that offensive stuff, is all that energy going to be the same in the playoffs? Because we saw all that shit go away. They were one of the best offensive teams in the NBA last year. That shit went away in the first round. You know what I mean?
You gotta watch for some of these teams. And some of these teams are like the definition of regular season teams.
Yeah, you really do.
But I'm looking at the standings, and the Hawks are 10th, and the Nets are 8th. How does the plan work again? Like, does 10 play 8, or how does it work?
I forget. I think so. I don't know.
I think 10 plays 8, and then 7 plays 9. Mm-hmm. Or no, 8 plays 9, 7 plays, or something. I forgot how it go, but I'm just saying, wouldn't that be something if like the Nets didn't make the playoffs?
That would be crazy. I think they will. It's too much. KD's gonna be back next week. Yeah. Simmons is gonna be back probably by next week too. Maybe, I'm not sure. I gotta go back.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
His back bothering him.
Simmons.
I'm waiting to see Benjamin. I'm calling Benjamin. I'm waiting to see Benjamin shoot them threes.
I think the Nets are going to be fine now that I know KD's going to be back, and KD's going to automatically, make you a team over for that. That inconsistency they went through, is going to go away once KD's back in the lineup.
They lost like 10 games in a row at one point. That was hard to watch because isn't that crazy how Kyrie don't be playing games? He come back one game, just score 30 like he did yesterday or the day before.
Well, I think they finna lift that band so he can be the NYC band so he can play.
Yeah. So. You know what else is crazy is even the Harden thing. Like you talk about just dropping a dude into a game and then asking him to be effective.
27.
Harden just comes right into the game and then just does what he wants, Didn't
it kind of look like him and Joel were playing like for like 3 or 4 years together?
It did.
That was weird. How that.
And as we said before, we knew just by looking at how he was playing that first game in Philly, and even now, you knew he didn't want to be. You knew he was half-assing it with Brooklyn.
That's a damn shame. He was half-assing though.
Yeah.
Because he clearly looking how he played that one game versus the 20 he played with 20 or whatever 30 he played with Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that's disappointing. The dude actually just doesn't try. He was half-assing.
He was half-assing it because it doesn't that contrast. I can't even say it was an injury, dude. Because there's no way he just got over an injury over a week.
Look how he was playing, and look how the episodes we were talking about. Has he declined? Has he did this? Is he in shape? And then he went to the 76ers and he just dropped. Bro, that actually makes me mad.
Yeah.
You getting paid? No, because you getting paid millions and you out there half-assing. Let me get that contract in. I won't half-ass.
This does make him look bad because he did the same thing in Houston. He just went out there and just threw a temper tantrum to leave.
Yeah. And then his first game with Brooklyn, he had a triple-double with 30 points.
Same thing here. Pretty much. I know they're in a good-ass game right now in New York, but same thing here. So go get your thing going in Philly. It's all good. But. I mean,
bullshit.
And he could have been. And now you look at Brooklyn. Now the guys are going to be back and healthy. It's kind of like now, especially that vaccine mandate is gone. Or it's going to be gone. Hopefully, we'll see what happens with it.
I'm sure he probably fine where he at.
Yeah. No, he probably fine because he didn't know that was going to happen. He probably just doesn't want to deal with whatever they got going on. He got tired of it. But on the other end, dude, like you did this last year. I don't know.
It makes him look bad.
I can see both sides of it honestly, but I don't.
Yeah, I think I'm anti-Harden on this particular argument because I don't like seeing dude just straight. He's done it twice. It's okay if you do it once, I don't really care. But if you do it twice,
even that once because bro, you have an obligation to finish out a contract. You can't just be doing that.
Yes, sir. Carl, talk to him.
You have to, when you sign them contracts, you have to have an obligation.
Yeah, Carl.
you got to have an obligation.
You got to have an obligation.
It's like something on the Boondocks.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, like they look great. He even actually went out and gave a defensive effort too. They're like I said, they're playing right now. I got to go look at the stat sheet, but they're scary. Even Tobias Harris, Therese Maxey went and got 28 in that game against Minnesota.
All that pisses me off that he playing so good. Just out of a sudden, bro, come on.
It's ridiculous. Really, I be like, you acting different, nigga.
Acting like a little girl. That's what he acting like a little girl.
Damn, Carl.
How you go, bro? How you go pout and all that shit? And we have us question if you can still, ball like the old James Harden. And then you just go to a new team and you just act like you ain't never, you ain't missed a step.
You over there limping. all that slow
show was taking games off saying he was hurt.
Yeah. That was crazy. But like I said, y'all said it. He's happy where he is, so the hell with it. But I ain't cool with it. But like I said, hey man, whatever floats your boat. Hey, both teams are gonna be all right. You know,
he better win because if you don't.
Mm-hmm. Philly already know they got 2 years with his ass. That he gonna be doing.
I think on the low, people that do this, I feel like karma comes back to get them, and they don't get what they want at the end. I'm not saying all the time, but I'm just saying like sometimes.
You think it's gonna come back to bite James Harden ass?
Go get him in the ass, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So they're going to be a great team, and I'm not health isn't an issue for them. There's not really any issues with Philly right now. You know, offensively they got 100 times better. I'm really gonna have to see what they did against New York here because it's their first competitive game together since they beat the shit out of Minnesota when they played them on Friday.
Oh, they go. You go look at the fourth quarter. They go beat the Knicks about 20.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, Philly's a really, really scary team, you know, and well, you know, we even forget Tobias Harris is still here. That's still the dude who can go get 18 on any given night. So they're legitimate. They're like, we go from this team being mid offensively over the last couple of years to now having 1, 2, 3, 4 guys who can go give you 20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tobias Harris. You talking about J. Cole? He looked just like J. Cole.
Yeah, he do. He also had a very shitty game on Friday too.
He did. I didn't even know that.
He sucks.
That's my
damn Blake.
He don't suck. But
Tobias has my thing though. Your ass, nigga.
He's been getting away with this season with being just mid sometimes.
Yeah,
and nobody talk about it.
I feel like people are starting to pick up on it though. But the one dude no one's picking up on, they still ain't picking up on it.
Don't talk about
Spencer Dinwiddie. Ain't nobody talking about that man. Nobody.
I guess because nobody expect that much from him like that. That's why.
That may be it.
I'm not hunting for stats every night looking what Spencer Dinwiddie did because I don't care.
I had no choice because I was a Wizards fan. I had to look at what he was doing.
Yeah, I think now you can look at Kristaps stats.
So Carl, you called it. It did end up being a blowout, 125 to 109. Embiid went for 37 points in the Knicks win against the Sixers. Let me see.
Damn Knicks.
Yeah, they're done. Shout out to RJ Barrett.
You said the Knicks won?
Yeah.
No, they lost.
The Sixers won 125 to 109.
It's a good name.
Damn. So Harden went for 29 points, 16 assists, and 10 rebounds.
Oh no, no.
He had how many rebounds?
No. Yeah, 16 assists, 29, 16, and 10.
Hey, get him off the court.
And Embiid went 37 to 9 rebounds, and Therese Maxey got 21.
That's unacceptable, bro. No, they need to find him. That ain't right. You can't be doing that.
Damn, that nigga.
How you go average 18 one team, and then next 2 games you average almost 30 with a new one?
That's funny as hell. He straight quit on them niggas.
That's so suspect.
But think about it. That's the same thing that happened with the Rockets. He was like, dude, he was out of shape.
That's so suspect. Dude.
He was out of shape on purpose. And then
that's funny as hell.
And then he went. I think honestly, I don't know. You all think in all honesty, he was wearing a fat suit. All honesty,
he was wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
he had to be having some under his shirt because like the next week when he played for the Nets, he looked skinny.
Be disloyal to your team at all costs. This nigga.
Yeah, I'm telling. If Joel Embiid, if you watching this, I don't know if you will, you probably won't. But hey, you might watch it down the line. I'm telling you, watch it back.
Watch it, because I'm telling you, if this team implodes, it'll be one of the biggest implosions in sports history. It'd be so funny.
Watch it back.
Yeah, dude. And it's the same thing. Because I remember, oh my God, because now they're talking about Harden's relationship with Therese Maxey. I remember when he first got to Brooklyn, they were like, he has a great relationship with all the rookies. Yeah, he had a great relationship with Cam Thomas earlier this year. Remember that?
No, it didn't.
But that's what they were saying.
That's a lie.
But that's what they were saying. They were like, he's giving him a lot of pointers, and same with Landry Shamet. He was helping Landry Shamet out a lot. So it's the same narratives now. It's kind of like, I don't know what they win a championship. I'll start being happy about all of that. But it's the same stuff this year as it was last year with them, you know, or with him. So
yeah, it's I don't know. It's a damn shame you can navigate your way through the world like that.
Yeah,
just say, look, it's just like one of us being at the job and just basically, and we sound.
I want to do.
Look, I don't want to work here no more. Can I go work somewhere else?
That's a disconnect with NBA players, a lot of regular guys. But it's my dad. I talked to my dad about that. He was like, it's all relative, you know, like as regular people, we kind of look at it like, oh, we can't just quit our jobs in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? And then or just say, I don't want to do this no more and go demand a trade to the fucking Pistons.
We can't do that because we did that in the world, we'd be fine.
Yeah. But like I said, it's all relative to the industry that you're in. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of is what it is. Because like the benefit of us is, our private life ain't in the spotlight every single day, you know, like
thank God.
Yeah, we forget that it is a business for the NBA. Like we get so focused watching it, we forget it is a business. So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Adam Silver might be like, okay, so if you get traded here, I might make that much money versus you. He probably don't. I'm just saying, but
he probably does.
Plus, I heard James Harden. See, he don't even. I don't know. I heard he was right before practice. He was hanging out with the rappers. I don't know if you heard that story.
Yeah, they
say he was hanging out with Lil Baby and Meek Mill.
He was late for practice too. I think it was with the Nets or the Rockets. One of them. He was late.
He'll be in the studio all night and go to practice.
That's a very strange set of friends. Meek Mill, Lil Baby, and James Harden.
He got to be. I know he can ball out, but that's unprofessional, dude. I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I wonder what those conversations are like between James Harden and Lil Baby.
That's very low IQ, low IQ conversation.
I ain't gonna say that. Shout out to Lil Baby. Shout out to James Harden. Yeah, we just talking shit. We just talking shit. I love James Harden and I like Lil Baby. I don't know about y'all.
I like him. Carl don't like him.
He a little mid.
He a little mid.
Love letter can't. I'm not gonna sing that song.
Love letter can't do. Oh, that song's so hard.
It said I missed you.
Y'all really don't like Emotionally Scarred, bro?
That song.
It's okay.
What?
That one song. No, hold on, Blake. That one song he sent us in the DM was terrible.
Y'all was tweaking on that. Y'all was tweaking. That shit was hard.
That song.
What?
Hey, he started off saying, "Ooh," I don't even know what he was saying.
It was a sample in the back, but y'all really don't like Emotionally Scarred. That's one of the best. That's one of my favorites.
No, it's okay.
It's just not the same. It's the same thing. He's just talking about it.
Lil Baby got something to talk about.
We've been, me and Blake been listening to Lil Baby since like 26.
True.
2016.
True.
So we know when he repetitive, and let me tell you, he is repetitive.
Because he's been talking about the same thing since like 2016, 2017.
Because I hopped on the wave after My Turn came out, so that's a good point.
Same beats, he been using the same beats, just recycling beats. That's all he do.
He be killing shit though. Lil Baby got there getting it in.
I tell you, harder than ever. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was my favorite man. Emotionally Scarred, maybe my favorite song from that nigga though, man.
What's my favorite song?
Come on, man.
Man, y'all didn't catch it.
Harder.
I got it.
Was it an inappropriate joke?
Yeah. I wouldn't even.
He couldn't.
I thought he was being serious too. But I can't think of us. That one song with him and Moneybagg, it was pretty good. I forgot the name.
We paid his
that's that song.
We paid his
all of a sudden. I'm talking about all of a sudden. I like that song.
He gets good features.
They got some nice songs together.
He gets really good features.
Moneybagg, yo.
Yeah, man. This does it for this episode. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Get us to 500. Help get us to 500.
I know y'all ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, man. Help get us to 500, man. If y'all don't get us to 500 by July, we just gonna the episodes. We just gonna look into the camera and not say nothing for about an hour till we get to 500. So just hit that sub. But we may go live and just stare at the camera for an hour long till we get to 500.
I got faith. We go. I'm gonna call it right now. What is it? It's February 27th. We're going at, what are we at now? Like 312.
311 because somebody just unsubscribed.
Yeah, I saw that. 311 by.
Now, why would you do that?
I don't know why they do that. I don't know why.
They do that to be ignorant. By the end of June, we go get to 500. I'm calling.
Without a doubt, easy. Unless
some of you all are mean out there and see $4.99 and keep unsubscribing and subscribing. And don't be that person.
There's some of y'all out there who will do it too.
Don't be like James Harden and quit on us.
Don't quit on us, man.
Just stay with it.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the day one. Shout out to the people who've been there since last summer. I mean, we ain't blown up yet, but
you just named James Harden.
2020, I think.
We started. We started pod in 2021 over the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about like the instant. Yeah. Isn't it crazy we haven't been out even a whole year yet, and we've done like a lot of good stuff so far? That's dope.
That's beautiful.
August to be a year.
That's sensational.
It is sensational. So yeah, all that good stuff, y'all, and we will see you guys on Thursday evening with episode number 57.
Yes.
Thursday.
Yeah.